All right, well, 2016, the League of Legends World Championship will be decided this weekend here in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. It's going to be a huge, massive live event, as it always is. It's back in the States this year, which we're excited about. And here to help catch us up on all things Worlds is Julian PastryTime Carr, one of Riot Games' Shoutcasters. Julian, thanks for stopping by on what I'm sure is a very busy week for you guys.
It's actually been a little bit better for me, but yeah, it's very hectic around the office, but it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming by, man. So the Worlds, people will watch this on YouTube on Saturday, and this is the culmination of what's been an amazing year for League, but also you guys have been, you were in New York, Chicago, San Francisco.
Yeah.
For people that may not understand sort of, League and the Worlds and what's about to happen on Saturday, tell us about the lead up. There have been semifinals, and now we have two Korean teams in the final, right?
Yeah, so the World Championships, or the League of Legends World Championships, is basically a big, World Cup for League of Legends, essentially. So 16 teams from around the world, all from different countries and places, from different professional leagues around the world, come to compete over just over a month-long worth of qualifiers. So it's a lot like any other sport, like a World Cup. You have a group stage, we break the teams up, then they play quarters, semifinals, and now the finals that are on Saturday.
Absolutely, and you're going all around the States, which is amazing. Madison Square Garden in New York City last weekend with 15,000 plus people sitting there watching it. So tell us, a little bit of a preview of the Worlds and the experience. Of course, we'll have two teams facing off, but you guys create quite a spectacle around it as well at the Staples Center, right?
Yeah, it's been one of those things where we sort of took the passion for the game originally. There were people that were really wanting to play competitively and pro players that were very keen, and that scene sort of built up for itself. But it wasn't just enough to have high-level games showing, or commentators like myself commentating the games. We wanted to make it more of a spectacle, more of a show, more of a celebration of League of Legends as a whole. Right. And that's a lot of what events are like. There's, cosplayers, there's community events going on. You can collect swag, and it's just a whole experience, and it does feel like a sports game in a lot of ways, but it's kind of a celebration of the community as well.
All right, well, let's get into the teams that will be playing this weekend. Faker, SKT1, this is a big story, obviously, that these guys are going to be playing. Tell us a bit about, tell us about the matchup, obviously. We've got Samsung Galaxy, SKT1. What can you tell us about these teams? Obviously, no American teams in the finals, right?
No, unfortunately. We had one American team make it out of groups in the quarterfinals. But, SK Telecom, we can start there. This is a Korean powerhouse in esports, not just in League of Legends. Two-time World Champions looking to make a third World Championship title. Faker himself would win 3 along with Bengi, their jungler, who's their substitute. The caliber of play that this man and his team produces is just ridiculous. And time again, Faker, Coach Koma, and Bengi can get together, have new players come in, because other players did leave to play in other regions and play elsewhere and take other opportunities. But it's just amazing. If this guy can win 3 World Championships, including 1 back-to-back, because they did win last year as well. That's an unprecedented feat in League of Legends, and really cements them as, I think, the best team of all time.
Best team of all time.
It's
still so young.
It's just, of course, and that's the exciting thing as well, right? There's so much more of the sport to be played, ideally. And I think kind of having this era where, okay, this is the era where this team dominated. Where is it going to be, 20 years' time potentially, or however long the game lasts? I think this legacy and the start of it, that's been something that's been building up. Now that we're back in Staples Center, now that the game has grown so much since 2013 when they first won their first World Championship, there's just so much going on for the sport and for this team.
All right, let's talk a bit about Samsung Galaxy. I remember we did the first Game Awards in 2014. You guys had just had the Worlds, and they had done great, and the team sort of, disbanded in many ways. A lot of the players went a bunch of different directions.
Yeah, so there were 10 players on Samsung. Well, 1 on white, 5 on white, 5 on blue. 2 great teams. One of them, of course, won the final. Touted at the time as the best team to ever play League of Legends, and I think for their time, and maybe even now, they hold up definitely as such a strong team. All 10 players decided to leave. The organization was only able to field 1 team due to a rules change, so the 10 players left to go play in China, actually, where they had very lucrative contracts offered, and this team was rebuilt completely. Kuve, a player who's been impressing all World Championships long, had a rough year and a rough start because he was the first new player brought on. Ambition is one of the oldest professional players to still play League of Legends. He used to be a mid laner, he's now swapped to jungle, and he may actually win a World Championship despite this being a team that felt like they weren't even going to make it. They had never won a series versus KT and had to beat them in a very dramatic 3-2 series to even make it so far. So this is a team that has a lot of strong players. Crown is this young rookie mid laner that looks maybe poised to challenge Faker in the final. We'll have to see how he plays. But I mean, this is a team that no one really expected to be there, and we just kept saying that week after week after week of Worlds, and they kept winning. They actually haven't lost a game since week 2, which is insane for a team that a lot of people thought maybe didn't even deserve to be at the World Championships, which at this point is clearly untrue now that they're in the final.
So this is going to be quite the final. So tell us, when people tune in Saturday, what are they going to see? How many games? How is it set up on?
So it's a best of 5.
Yep.
That's every match that's played in the knockout stage, so quarterfinals onwards. So ideally we get 5 games. Cross your fingers and hope that we do go the distance. SKT and Rox played a full 5-game series so far that may be considered the best series to be played at World. So perhaps the final can overtake that.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. As far as overall gameplay goes, the teams will swap sides or choose sides based on their seeding in the series. So they'll swap back and forth between blue and red, which does make some differences as far as the drafting goes, and there is a lot of strategy in that pregame as well. Yeah. But ideally, you'll sit down, it'll be an incredible experience. There's so much more than just the games going on at the finals, both around the event and during the opening and closing ceremonies as well. It's as far as shows we've done goes, we talked about Spectacle before. Yeah. This will probably be the biggest one we've ever done back in the Staples Center. So there should be so much to enjoy, and ideally we get 5 great games as well.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited because it's going to be an amazing spectacle on YouTube on Saturday. And I know tomorrow there'll also be some coverage on YouTube because you're doing a really cool sort of fan event around the Staples Center.
Yeah, I talked about a celebration of the community and of League of Legends. That's kind of what tomorrow is in a lot of ways. There's going to be a concert. There'll be a kind of a fun celebrity ARAM, which is one of our more fun or casual game modes we offer as well. There's a lot going on there as far as content. We already saw that, unfortunately, for that as well, but you guys will be able to watch that online as well as the finals as well at Staples.
Fantastic. All right, well, it's going to be a big 2 days for League of Legends, and then you guys get a little bit of rest, but then All-Star, I know, is coming up in Barcelona. There's lots happening. So, Julian, thank you so much for stopping by. We will see the whole team live on YouTube at LOL Esports both tomorrow and Saturday, so make sure to tune in. And the final championship is Saturday, October 29th at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and, of course, live right here on YouTube. All right, well, this week in honor